This is the first named hurricane of the season and already making history. The storm is unprecedented. Beryl's now an extremely dangerous Category 4 hurricane with sustained winds of up to 130 miles per hour. The rapid intensification has NOAA keeping close tabs on its progress. Beryl was the earliest Category 4 hurricane on record in the Atlantic Ocean, and its only Category 4 storm ever recorded in the month of June. The early timing of the season's first hurricane is unusual, given the average date for the first hurricane is early to mid-August.
It is because these ocean temperatures are incredibly warm. We're talking about ocean temperatures in the middle and upper 80s. This is fuel and food for those hurricanes, and that's what allows them to rapidly intensify.
Preparation has been key as usual. Hurricane warnings in effect for multiple Caribbean islands. Residents are prepared for major storm impacts. Grenada's government declaring a state of emergency early on. Residents lining up ahead of time to fill their gas tanks, and everywhere you look, houses and businesses alike boarded up for maximum protection. In Trinidad and Tobago, beaches nearly bare as residents prepare for the intense impact of this historical storm system. Meantime, all sailings of inter-island ferries were canceled, according to the Trinidad and Tobago Inter-Island Transportation Company. All vessels had to remain at the POS harbor for safekeeping. And Barbadians are at this hour still feeling the impact of Hurricane Beryl, and the country remains under hurricane warning. Beryl reached Category 4 strength Sunday, though not experiencing hurricane force winds. Barbadians felt Beryl's heavy rains and strong winds even before it passed about 80 miles south of the island. Seas were also rough as the hurricane agitated the ocean swells. About 400 people had been riding out the storm in hurricane shelters across the island. The population without water as the Barbados Water Authority took the decision around 7:30 p.m. to shut down the service, all in an effort to protect critical infrastructure. Providing updates from the headquarters of the Met Office this morning, the director of the Barbados Meteorological Services urged Barbadians to remain indoors as Beryl continued to pound the island with high winds and rains.
Look at that, folks. Visibility just reduced. Beryl is relentless. He will not let go, just pounding. We can barely see the airport. Oh, I'm getting soaked. These winds still gusting at 60 miles per hour, sustained 50. Really ripping through. Really, really strong. Stay indoors. Listen to the emergency monitoring officials. Listen. This is very serious. So far, I haven't seen any significant damage in the background. That's very good. So we're holding strong. Everyone, hold strong, hold tight, and take care of everyone.
The night before, Prime Minister Mia Mottley appeared on public television urging Barbadians to stay safe, revealing that help had already been promised if the country needs it.
Now is the time for me to ask you to ensure that all who need to be inside are inside, and that people are safe, that we continue to pray, as I said, but at the same time make sure that we batten down all that we need to batten down. I hope that we will have the ability to be able to have an all clear tomorrow that will see minimal damage, but at this point in time, we don't know until we go through the entire system. So this is the unfortunate nature of wait and see, but it is what it is. I'm happy to report that we have had significant levels of support offered by our neighboring countries in the Caribbean and Latin America in particular. And we also have had all of our development partners in terms of the financial institutions speak to us and indicate that they are here for us should the level of damage be so significant that we need to be able to invoke our natural disaster clauses, or that we need to be able to find additional contingent funding to be able to assist those who have been badly damaged.
Beryl, the first hurricane and the second named storm of the season, now moving westward just south of Barbados, expected to track across the Leeward Islands, the St. Vincent area, Grenadines, Grenada, most at risk of being struck by the core of that storm. Forecasters say special interest should be paid to St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Grenada as these islands will experience a closer brush with Beryl. Storm surge, hurricane force winds, and rainfall remain a concern. Barbados will also continue to see occasional light to heavy showers with gusty winds. Meantime, another tropical wave of interest expected to affect Barbados and the rest of the island chain. Regardless of development, forecasters say moderate to heavy rainfall, gusty winds, and agitated sea conditions are expected to persist into the nighttime.